You guys that know me know that I am a total gadget-loving skincare nerd. But let's be honest, some of the devices that I absolutely love and swear by can leave your bank account feeling a little worse for wear. Which is why I'm assuming you guys have flooded my comments asking little old me to find some awesome dupes. And let me tell you, today I deliver. And it's not just any old device that I'm going to be duping up today, it's one of my absolute all-time favourites, the Medicube Age-R EMS Derma Shot. And when I said that today I'm delivering, I deliver. Yep, we're going to be diving deep into this 3-in-1 microcurrent EMS massager, which you can think of as Medicube Age-R EMS Derma Shot's more affordable and maybe as effective cousin. Who knows? Well, I mean, I do because I've already tested it, but who knows? Now, when it comes to energy frequencies, you guys who have been with me for a while know that I am a little bit of a fanatic. And you know, with the world of skincare technology constantly evolving, the tools and technologies that become available to us become more varied and more affordable. Two words that most people are going to love. While high-end devices like the Medicube Age-R EMS Derma Shot have paved the way for home use facial rejuvenation treatments, their price tags can sometimes be a bit of a barrier for some people. And while Medicube products are mid-range pricing, they are ultimately premium products. Now, if you've seen any of my past EMS Derma Shot videos, you know that when it comes to EMS facial rollers, this one has yet to be knocked off the top spot. So you can imagine my excitement when I discovered this. I mean, first impressions, they are both pretty similar. But when it comes to looking for an EMS Derma Shot dupe, it's more than just mimicking the look and feel of a device, but also the result. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, you're paying for results and not the packaging that delivers them. Well, I mean, if you're a normal person, you are anyway. But first impressions, this feels scarily high-end for such a low price point. Now on Medicube, the EMS Derma Shot retails for $330 USD, while the EMS Beauty Massager retails at less than $100, but I guess whether it's worth it or not all depends on how well it delivers. Looking at the design and styling of this, it's almost too much of a Medicube Age-R EMS Derma Shot ripoff. But you know, I'm not hating, because after all, it's considered as the largest form of flattery. Okay, so just like with the rolling heads on the Medicube Age-R EMS Derma Shot, the rolling heads on the EMS Beauty Massager are ridged and made from medical grade ABS steel, which basically is going to equate to smooth, frictionless gliding that is going to be gentle on the skin. Better still, being medical grade ABS steel means that it is hypoallergenic and it's not going to cause any irritation on your skin like some of those more dubious and excessively cheap rollers out there are likely to do with their nickel coated or tin coated rollers. But I mean, come on guys, let's be real, the overall aesthetic of this device is undeniably modern and high-end. And it could easily be confused for this one, which is seriously modern and high-end. And to me, I guess it's testament to the thoughtful engineering, advanced technology, and ingenious design foundations laid down by Medicube, who have seriously paved the way for this beauty to walk behind. Now, obviously, over the last couple of weeks, I've had time to trial and test these against each other, which I'm going to be doing it in this video for you guys as well. And do I love this more than the Age-R EMS Derma Shot? Not quite. To me, it doesn't feel quite as powerful, it doesn't hold as well in the hand, and the biggest bugbear for me is the angle and the distance between the two rolling heads. I mean, which, okay, if you've got like a teeny tiny child-sized head, this is going to fit really well. But if you've got a big old lump of gammon on your neck like me, then you're definitely going to want the spacing and the contour hugging that the EMS Derma Shot gives. But is this a decent enough dupe, and especially for its price point? Abso-freaking-lutely. Okay, so before I get on with testing these side by side in the video, let's do a quick overview of the difference between microcurrent and the EMS and how each of them can help your skin. So I want you to imagine your skin cells as being little tiny batteries. Microcurrent technology works by mimicking the body's natural electrical currents, those subtle electrical impulses that keep our cells functioning optimally. When applied topically with this device, this gentle current stimulates the production of ATP, or adenosine triphosphate. So think of ATP as the energy currency of your cells. By boosting ATP production, microcurrent can lead to several benefits, including improving the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, pores, restoring the skin's barrier, and boosting collagen production. And when you get older, that collagen boost is going to be mucho apreciado, which I think I just made a word up, but much appreciated. So while microcurrent focuses on cellular energy, EMS takes things a whole step further. EMS uses stronger electrical currents to target those deeper muscle fibers and tissues, and it can help to tighten and tone, especially those facial muscles, for a more sculpted and lifted appearance. Think sharper jawlines, volumized cheeks, lifted eyebrows, and a reduction in sagging skin. And this can be particularly effective when it comes to addressing the jowling around the jawline and the chin area, and giving those cheeks a little bit of a boost back to where they should be, which also comes with the added benefit of lifting out and softening those nasolabial folds. I mean, come on, that's the trifecta that most of us start targeting when we're in our 40s, and are things that can really help you look more rejuvenated and rested and feel your best. And contrary to popular myth, stronger muscles do not equate to more lines and wrinkles on your face. Okay, so here's the deal. Dry skin acts as a barrier, hindering microcurrent's ability to penetrate into the skin cells. And to combat this, conductive gel solves this problem, basically by creating a smooth and conductive surface that the frequency can penetrate through, and the device can roll across without encountering any friction. Basically, this translates to better results and a more comfortable experience. Now, when it comes to conductive gels, obviously I'm going to be talking about the OG conductive gel for the EMS Derma Shot. This is also the only conductive gel that I will use with any of my Medicube devices, partly because it's super affordable, but also because it contains ringer solution and it is loaded with ingredients that not only help with the frequencies to penetrate into the skin, but can be left on the skin after a treatment and acts as like a serum, a moisturizer, and a primer all in one. I mean, come on, what's not to love? And just like with the EMS Derma Shot, the Medicube Age-R Booster Gel is the perfect companion for this Derma Shot dupe. Basically, the formulation, the ingredients, and the consistency of this gel has been specifically designed to work synergistically with microcurrent devices. Okay, so obviously, as with any treatment when you're going to be applying an energy-based frequency to the skin, the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that your face is nice and clean and it's free from makeup, from oil, from dirt, from pollution. Really anything that is going to get in the way of the frequency from penetrating into the skin. Because if you're investing time and consistency into your treatments, then you're going to want to get the most out of every single one. So don't let surface grime ruin that for you. So make sure that you give your skin a really good cleanse with a gentle cleanser. And then once your face is all nice and clean and ready to go, just pat it dry with a clean and fresh towel, and you're pretty much going to be ready to get on with your treatment. Now, me being me, I really do like to maximize the benefits that my skin is going to get, not just inside, but also topically in the epidermis. Because when it comes to skincare, especially as you start getting older, you're looking at a multifaceted, multi-level approach. I mean, obviously I use a lot of different tools and devices that are targeting all of these different layers. So I use things like HIFU, which are targeting my SMAS layer, which is that fibrous tissue that acts as scaffolding underneath the muscles, that the muscles and the tissue above are all held up and attached to. Then I'm targeting the muscles with frequencies like EMS, which is going to really give them a good workout. It's going to help strengthen them. It's going to give them bulk and volume, and it's going to help them hold things in place. Moving away from the muscle layer, I'm moving into the dermis, which is where microcurrent comes into play with the proliferation of ATP and encouraging the production of fresh collagen and elastin. And then obviously you've got the epidermis, which is the skin that we can all see now. And I really like to apply selected serums and actives that are going to help give my skin a youthful glow, dewiness, minimize the size of my pores, get rid of any pigmentation, things like that. So yeah, it's all about taking care of all of those different layers, because taking care of just one of them is going to give really subpar results. And when you're in it for the long haul like I am, then you settle for nothing but the best. So as I'm all about getting the most out of each of my treatments, what I like to do is I like to layer up beneath my conductive gel. And for that, I apply a couple of drops of the 001 London Alpha Glow Flash Facial, which not only smells like pure luxury, but also leaves your skin feeling exactly the same. And when it comes to skincare, this one is a triple threat. It is a serum, it's a primer, and it's a mask all in one. And it is absolutely jam-packed with all of these botanical extracts and actives. And in case you can't already tell, I'm a little bit obsessed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just one in the center of the forehead, one on the chin. And then I'm just gonna take my fingertips and just pat this in across the face. Now, obviously, when you're doing an EMS and microcurrent treatment, you're going to be avoiding the area within the orbital rim, so basically the lower eyelid area onto the upper eyelid and over the eyeball. I mean, you don't want to go shocking and frazzling your eyeballs. You only have 2 of them, unless like you've lost one of them or both of them, and then you have only 1 or none. But for me, I've still got 2, and I'd like to keep it that way. If any of you guys have got this at home, like seriously, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on this, because I am obsessed. And I keep talking about this one to like literally all of my family and friends, and I think they're getting a little bit bored about hearing about it. But if you have this one, your thoughts are my interest. Okay, so next up, a really big generous dollop of the Medicube Age-R gel, about the size of a grape or an olive. And again, I'm just pressing this onto my skin in a really nice thick and generous layer in all the areas that I'm going to be treating. Now, both of these devices are laid out exactly the same. Each of them has got a slim mode, an up mode, and a body mode. So what are each of these modes? Well, the slim mode is microcurrent. The up mode is medium frequency energy, which is a crossover between microcurrent and EMS, and body mode is EMS. So for the purpose of this video, and to make sure that I'm getting the best out of both worlds, I am going to be using the up mode. Yeah, the up mode, because I want to be targeting the superficial layers of the skin to get that ATP production going, but I also want to target my facial muscles and give those a little bit of a workout too. Both of these run to a 10-minute timer, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the top of my head and work down. So I'm starting at the brow area and then up. Slowly, 2, 3, hold. I'm just slowly working my way out to the temples. Now, out of the 2 of these, the frequency and the sensation that I'm getting from the Medicube EMS Derma Shot is a little bit more comfortable. It's not quite as zappy and intense, which is exactly what you're wanting when you're looking at using a medium frequency energy. Then I'm going to go from the outside in. Okay, so it's been 2 minutes because it just beeps at me. Position in the one side at the inner part of the brow, the other side at the tail, and then I'm just using this to elevate the tail. Okay, this one's a little bit too powerful and zappy. There we go, that's better. And I'm just holding. So the waves that you're getting from the dupe are a lot faster, so it's like a zzz. With the EMS Derma Shot, it's more of a long but smooth output, so it's like a zzz, zzz, zzz. So the muscles are actually getting a better workout, and then all the way up. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to focus on the underbrow, and I'm going to push up at the tail. And you can see here the muscle contractions are too much. Between the 2 of them, the movement is much smoother on the EMS side. And then I'm just going to the tail of the brow, and what I'm doing is I'm moving it out onto the corner of the eye. And this will give you a really good look at what's going on with the muscle pulses. Okay. I'm starting at the jawline, and then I'm just gliding up nice and slowly, giving some pressure under the cheek and hold. And then back down and up. Upside down. What we're doing is we're looking at building bulk and volume and strength in the upper cheeks to lift those, which is going to help. This one is way too intense. Okay. I mean, the dupe is holding its own. Yes, the frequency and the output feels a little bit, maybe too much, but I mean, for the price point, yeah, this is delivering, I guess. Okay. Next part, jawline. Now the jawline is one of my main areas that I really like to take care of. So starting at the chin. slowly gliding up until the muscle to muscle. Now we're just going to hold this. Oh, I pushed that blimmin' button again. Now the EMS Derma Shot is definitely hugging the contour of the jawbone. This one is gliding over the top of it and it's not really fitting to it like a glove. Following the bone around, up the gonial angle onto the parotoid and stop. Gonna try back to front and see if it hugs any better. So onto the chin. The Derma Shot is definitely hugging the contours so much better. Wow. I mean, if power is what you're looking for, then the Derma Shot Dupe is delivering. I've just pushed that button with my palm. What is going on? Oh, now it's on slim. Will you stop going back to slim? Yeah, the Dupe isn't hugging the bone, the jawbone, as it does with the Derma Shot, which is really irritating. And it's concentrating the frequency a little bit too much in a smaller area. So as you can see here, the Derma Shot is really hugging above, like literally across the entire upper jawbone area and also beneath. This one is literally just on the angle of the jaw. The neck, last part. So with EMS, as with most energy frequencies, you don't want to be treating over the thyroid area, over the Adam's apple, the voice box. So starting at the occipital ridge, and we're just going to slide down the trapezius muscle. Oh my God. Oh. Wow, my God. This is so powerful. I feel like I'm being punched. Let's try that again. Maybe angle it slightly differently. Try facing it this way. Oh, okay, it actually feels really nice though. It's like a really intense, deep massage. Sliding up. Turn it round this way. Oh, I've got to turn the power down on this. This is just too much. I'm going to put it on a 3, see how that compares. Okay, a 3 feels very comparable to the highest level on the Derma Shot. Bringing it down to the collarbone, hold, and then sliding up. I'm not gonna lie, with the Dupe, I feel like I've just done 10 rounds with Mike Tyson. With the Derma Shot, I feel like I've just had 10 minutes with a Swedish masseuse. This little bugger right here is so strong. And actually, when it comes to EMS, you kind of want that power. Now, the power in this is so intense that I feel like that on the maximum levels, which I just really don't think you need to be using it at, it could cause muscle spasms. It could cause maybe some little tears in the muscle fibers that are going to take time to recover. Whereas with the Derma Shot, I feel like the frequency and the waves have been perfectly optimized to run in this almost like a figure of 8 pattern, which is really predictable. It's really soothing, and it just feels so good. But you know what? For what this costs and what it delivers, I mean, it's actually a really good replacement for this one. Like I say, just bring the power down on this one to maybe like a 2, and it's equivalent of the maximum power level on the Derma Shot. You just don't need it at the level 5, unless you're going to use it as like a defibrillator and try to restart someone's heart, which I don't doubt for a second that this could do. Obviously, like the placement of the rolling heads, they both roll really nicely. They both have weight to them. They both feel great when they're rolling. But on the Dupe, they really aren't spaced far enough apart, which basically means that instead of hugging the contours of the jaw over the cheekbones and the muscle groups, they're kind of pinching and bunching up the surface skin, which is still delivering all of that really beneficial microcurrent and EMS frequency into the skin. It's just for me that I personally appreciate the width and the angle of the Medicube device more. Again, a little bit of a downside for the dupe is the placement of the button when you're holding this. It's so easy to knock into the control panel here. The placement of it, not ideal. But again, I think that could be because I'm so used to the EMS Derma Shot having the two separate buttons and being out of reach of where my fingers and my thumb is when I'm holding it. I guess if you're starting out with this one, then that's what's going to be most familiar to you, and you're less likely to have fat fingers like me that are going to keep knocking it and turning the frequency over. Now, immediately after the treatment, your skin is going to look really lifted. The pores are going to look really small. The skin's going to look plumped up. A lot of that is going to be a reaction to the frequency itself and the increase in blood flow and circulation. Now, as things settle down, that kind of plumpness is going to subside a little bit, but the muscles that you've just trained are going to stay up where you've lifted them to, and with each treatment, they stay up there longer and longer until at some point they are just going to be hanging in there on their own with maintenance treatments, just keeping them in place. Now, for optimal results, it's recommended to use both of these 3 to 4 times a week for 10 minutes at a time. And you're going to do this for the first 10 to 12 weeks whilst you're training those muscles. Then after this initial period is up, you can drop it down to once or twice a week, which is going to be your muscle maintenance. But my honest opinion of the Derma Shot dupe is that with the right approach and a little bit more of an understanding of the intensity levels, this really could become a super useful and powerful tool in your at-home skincare routine. Now, as you saw in this video, the EMS output in this, oh wow, it's really, really intense. And the microcurrent frequency gives you real bang for your buck as well, making the dupe a super affordable alternative to the more upscale and upmarket EMS Derma Shot. And I really feel that from the test that I've already done with this one over the last couple of weeks, that this one can help to achieve a firmer and more youthful looking complexion. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it is definitely no Medicube EMS Derma Shot device, and it's not been quite as well designed when it comes to the position and the spacing of the rolling tip. But if you're okay with that, then it's a pretty decent buy. Now, obviously the EMS Derma Shot is the gold standard of the rolling EMS devices, so it's an easy 10 out of 10 for this one. But this Derma Shot dupe definitely scores a pretty solid 7.5 out of 10. And when you factor in the price point of this as well, you know, I might round that up to an 8. But yeah, this is like seriously a great buy. And I guess we've kind of reached that point now where I start to wrap things up. If you've got any questions about either of these devices, about EMS and microcurrent as a skincare treatment, or about anything else that I do across my channel, the comment section is now open, so feel free to ask. If you give this video a like, I'm going to give you some love. And if you give my channel a subscribe, I'm going to give you my heart, like forever. But yeah, guys, this has been super fun to make this video and compare these two. And I'm just really happy to be able to bring you guys an amazing dupe at an even better price point. And I've got so many more dupes in the pipeline, so stay tuned because they're coming. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me for this video today. I hope that your day is as amazing as you are and that you have the best week ever ahead of you. And I really can't wait to see you in my next video. So make sure you check it out. And until then, TJ over and out.